Get our cameras.
Shout out page 6.
Shout out page 6.
Shout
out.
We're the queens of RuPaul's Drag Race season 17.
And we're answering questions
From the Confession Cube with page 6.
Here we go, ladies. Let's see.
It's a big box.
Okay, Sam, you could fit in this, honey.
Tell us the inspiration behind your entrance look.
Love that question.
Ooh. Mine was inspired by Glinda. I actually, the first time I auditioned, I started making the outfit then. So it's been a couple years in the making, but I finally finished it and got to wear it.
I am inspired heavily by Victoria's Secret runway shows and America's Next Top Model, so I had to literally be my own really cheap version of what a Victoria's Secret runway model would look like.
When I was coming up with my Drag Race package, I was thinking of like, if I was a fashion doll, like what would she wear at each event of each runway, I guess? And so the entrance look was like the basic doll, like the original, like the first edition version of like what the rest is to come. And yeah.
And you had that sutured to your skin.
You said what?
Those shoes were sewed to
I
your skin.
literally did sew those shoes into my skin, yes.
When I was thinking of the entrance look, I was thinking of something that was like iconic when it comes to like black entertainment, and it honestly was Michael Jackson. And I found this like Jackson 5 look when Michael Jackson was like probably like 8 years old, and he had on the big collar, the vest with the fringe, and I was just like, let me do that.
It was very clearly a like it read Michael Jackson as soon as
Yeah,
you
it was just
walked
something
in.
simple. It was a pants. I wanted to walk briskly in the workroom.
You don't know what? Listen, that's what they said. You gotta walk out, be ready to walk briskly.
in the workroom.
I said, okay.
Yeah, leave the gowns at
And
home.
that was the look that made me feel like I could do that.
Yeah.
My original entrance look got destroyed like 2 days before I had to fly to Drag Race.
What?
So I had to create a whole new entrance look in 2 days. And I was still spray painting and still creating the night before. So remember that when you watch that walk into the room.
So I like red, black, and vinyl. I like punky stuff.
So you inspired your...
Of course.
Original.
Original.
What was it like walking down the runway for the first time?
Going down the runway for the first time, seeing the judges all lined up in front of you, it's like an adrenaline rush. It's horrifying.
It's scary.
They were like,
terrifying.
Jules, when you go down the runway, you're gonna go down, you're gonna make a left and a right. Girl, I went right, and I did everything they told me not to do.
Terrifying.
Terrifying.
It
Yeah.
was, honestly, my heart was pounding. Like, it's something I've dreamed of. I mean, I think we've all dreamed of it.
Yeah.
And just crossing, like walking around that corner and just looking at the lights and seeing Ru there and the judges and then seeing like the whole layout, it was just like, what do I do? Do I walk? Am I supposed to be doing this? Like, because I feel like I've dreamed of it for so long, and having it become reality was like such an insane experience to get used to.
You also don't realize how many production crew and PAs are on that set. Like, you walk out and you think it's just a few cameras. There are like 20 plus cameras with at least 1 to 2 people manning each one.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
You're in front of RuPaul and Michelle Visage. I mean,
Right.
I don't think there's anything that could be scarier to a gay person. You're terrified that you're gonna fall off the stage because you've never walked it before. It was a lot of emotions, but I think we all survived, if I remember correct.
Realizing for the first time where the judges are in relation to you, and you can hear them, but like they're not right in your ear like it's on TV.
They're all just like staring at you. Like.
It's so hard to gather how they feel at all, and realizing that all for the first time was so crazy.
Eye contact is horrifying with the judges.
They're staring at you with daggers in their eyes. It's really scary.
And I also low-key thought we had like a practice run.
Oh yeah.
So I'm like, I want to go and see what the world looks like. And then it wasn't a practice run.
What was your first impression to the queen next to you?
Uh-oh.
Which one?
Not me.
Not
Do her.
this? Okay. My first impression of you, my only impression was I was like, what the fuck is under this? I was like, who is this?
Yeah.
I was more interested. I was like, cause you know, like there's some drag queens when you can look at them and you go, oh my God, I know exactly who is under this this drag. But I was like, this could be anybody. There could be Charlie Chaplin under there, Abby Lee Miller, I mean, Regina George, Jamal Sims, Samuel L. Jackson. I mean, anyone could have been under there.
My first impression of Arrietty was that she was stunning, of course. Look at the material.
I was
but I was
annoyed.
very intimidated, you know.
So
she
really
gives villainous. She gives like she would cut your head off and not care, which is very fierce, but I was very scared.
When I saw Onya walk in, I didn't really expect too much from her. But I think as I saw her more and more, I was more and more surprised, and I felt like she was such a sickening drag queen. But the first impression was definitely not a strong.
I'll take it.
I love you, I love you, I love you.
Don't judge a book by its cover.
Exactly,
That's right.
exactly.
My first impression of Miss Samantha, you had like a very like bitchy face.
Thank you.
And I thought that you were gonna like be like really really like, you know, very like pageant, like cutthroat. And lo and behold, you were. But you were so sweet. Like you were so sweet to me. But then again,
The mug is giving bitchy.
What are you most excited about now that you are officially a Ru girl?
Oh, wait, hold on. Girls, we're Ru girls.
Well, I've always been one for attention.
Well,
I love the attention.
I think that's any drag queen, right?
I have just always seen big things for myself and have always wanted to push myself to reach the masses, and I feel like I am someone who's unafraid of being a representative and a voice for people who either can't or don't feel comfortable with being a voice.
Yeah.
That's what we get to do now. You know, that we're on the show, we get to like do so much more outreach. We get to like meet so many more people that need to see this. And I think that's what I'm most excited about. I'm so excited to meet new people around the world and help smaller communities that need it.
I'm excited to travel. Honestly, I don't feel like I would have had the opportunity to see the world as fast as I am now.
It's expensive to see the world.
It is.
And now we're gonna get paid to see the world.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that'll be sickening.
Absolutely.
Traveling, boys, booze, the fun things.
I'm excited to be able to dive really deep into fashion, like hardcore.
Yeah, I'm excited for the future stuff and what we can like dive into.
Right now, today, my answer is the fan art because I, like it's so sweet that like your drag and your art and what you do inspires someone enough to make art of it, and like that has been, I don't know, I have like 5 total since promos happened, but I like cherish every single one because I think they're so cool.
Love that we get to now do drag as a profession, and we just get to wake up every day and put clothes on and have fun and perform. And I loved serving, and I love food running, and I love that so much.
That is so true.
But now I get to like actually, I mean, it's like not giving me a purpose, but it definitely has driven that purpose.
A lot of people don't do drag full time. Like it's
Yeah.
really rare to find drag queens that are literally just drag queens.
Because it is
that
hard
don't- It is
work.
hard to just do drag. Like,
Yeah.
do you know how many bookings you have to have a week to sustain
Yes.
yourself?
7 days a week.
Yeah. So the fact that we are on Drag Race now, we get to do that full time.
It's
That's
such
the
a-
best
it's
gift.
such a
Like
challenge.
that's the dream.
Favorite moment from the Squirrel Games mini challenge with all the past Ru girls. Oh, that's a good one.
That
Okay,
is a good one.
no shade. I love every single past Ru girl there ever is, but seeing them get pied in the face was the most fun thing ever. And they were missing me, so Pie's missing me and hitting Trinity the Tuck. I said, oh my God, that's a winner, and she's getting pied.
The sound of the pie hitting the face
Was loud.
was insane.
It was loud.
I could not believe that.
And the girls were like, my eyes burning.
I hated this mini challenge.
Hey,
I absolutely
I
hated
loved
this mini
it
challenge.
personally.
it was great.
I loved it.
I did not like the fact that I had to run and dodge pies, and yeah, it was very traumatizing, and I was very horrified the whole time.
My favorite part was the 9-foot tall little pound cake.
Oh my!
That
I
changed
got
the
it.
trajectory of my life.
Suzie getting pied. The clown.
I got a lot of life from watching Pie get on Crystal's satin shoe because she was the only other she's the only other girl in ostrich feather, and I was like, of course she's wearing that. She looks freaking incredible. I look cheap. And then she got like whipped cream on her shoe and she was like, "Ah," and I was like, yes.
So scary.
What was it like meeting Katy Perry?
Oh my God!
Katy Perry.
Was that
My
the question?
favorite musical artist.
Katie is the most accepting woman of the LGBTQ+.
Oh.
She is so accepting and fierce.
She's very honest. Which
Very
I
honest.
respect, honestly.
Very
Yeah.
She really is there to do her job.
And it's
you have to
so
respect
crazy, like
Katy, you've seen her face. When I was learning what pop culture was, it was Katy Perry. To see her face to face, and she looks so gorgeous.
She's gorgeous.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Really
Gorgeous. It's like
Oh,
you
yeah.
see people on TV and then you see them in person, you're like, damn.
Oh, you really do look like
She
that.
really
Yeah,
do
you
look like that.
Yeah. She's a gorgeous lady.
She did call me something in that workroom though.
Oh,
But
a skanky hoe.
well, that would have been a compliment.
She wouldn't just point out the obvious like that.
Yeah.
Oh my God. What was your reaction to getting the call that you would be on season 17? Okay, so funny enough, I was on my way to my manager's birthday party, and I was on the subway, and I got a call from a California number, but on the subway you don't have service, so the call failed, and I was like, surely it's not Drag Race calling because it's like 9 o'clock. So I got off the subway and I answered the phone, and they told me I was on Drag Race, and I started crying in the subway, in hysterics. Yeah, it's very beautiful.
A true New York City queen.
A true New York City queen.
I was on tour, touring with my music for a whole like West Coast tour, and it was the night before my last show, and I was so depressed, and I was like, I don't want to go back home and like go back to my life and like do this stuff, and I was just like feeling so down. I just want to be on the road and touring and like chasing my dreams. I don't want to go back to my job and just do all this stuff.
Yeah.
And that like right when I was feeling that, I was at my parents' house. And I got the call, and I got to share the moment with my family, and then it was like I got to go into my final show like on such a high, and like go back to LA like I'm preparing for Drag Race, and it was just like it could not have been more like movie-like or picture perfect.
It was like really perfect.
It
yeah,
was really perfect.
I was in the bathroom, so I missed the call originally.
So I was taking a
Yeah, no, and I ran out to my phone. He was like, my boyfriend was like, "You have a call from California, a missed call and a voicemail." I said, "Give me the phone now!"
So you got a voicemail too.
Yeah.
Did you listen to the voicemail or did you call?
No, I called right back.
You called right back?
And then they didn't answer. So they called me back again. So I was like, they're not going to call me again now!
Oh my God.
I was playing Dungeons and Dragons with my friends. Literally, we had planned this campaign for so long, and my friend Dan, the dungeon master, said the first line of the game. We were like ready to head into the world, and I got the final call, and it was.
Did you go into the world?
So
That was the best
I entered a
session
whole
ever.
different world.
Ooh, this is a good one. Girls, what can fans expect from season 17? Let's all give an adjective. Mine would be chaos.
Fashion.
Ooh.
Lots of crying.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go ahead and say talent.
Period.
Because all these queens are so talented.
That's the thing. This season, this cast, all 14, the girls are stacked. I feel like every few years there's a new generation of Drag Race. You know, there's like 1 to 5, and there's like, 5 to et cetera, et cetera. I think 17 is starting the next generation
of drag.
and it's a different level. And I think, sorry, season 18 girls, you have a lot to put in your audition tapes because you put a lot on the table for this season. I don't think they can live up to the expectations that we're about to set.
I think they can expect some of the coolest looks.
Yeah.
The runways,
Ever.
everyone is amazing.
The
runways.
incredible.
Everyone is so relatable too.
The ferocity
Yeah.
index.
The
is
ferocity
high.
index on this season has broken.
Through the roof.
Okay.
That's a good
The
part.
talent levels have risen.
They can also expect drama in a sickening way.
Yes, there's lots of good drama, lots of fights.
It's very unique characters. I think it's almost like season 12 in that way, where it's a lot of different styles of drag.
It was
So the
fun.
runways the themes are very exciting because everyone's interpreting them differently.
Yes,
Totally,
yes.
totally.
And like as a fan, I as a fan who was on the show watching it, like it was incredible.
Hey Sugar Pies, that was the Confession Cube with page 6.
Be sure to tune in to RuPaul's Drag Race Season 17 every Friday on MTV.
Yes!